player that we've been seeing get linked to Manchester United a lot is Michael Olise. I think he's a good player. And they're saying that Ineos, Jim Ratcliffe, that whole group, they are viewing him as a signing for the summer. Now, I think he is better, Olise. I think he's better than all of the wingers at Manchester United right now. I think he's better than Rashford, Antony, Garnacho, Amad Diallo. I think he's maybe better than maybe you could say Sancho. I rate Sancho highly. But I think for all the players that are currently at the club, right? Not the guys on loan, because I don't know if he's better than Mason Greenwood either. But the guys who are currently getting minutes for Man United right now, I think Olise is better than all of them. His talent is immense. And I think that his potential, he could become one of the world's best wingers. But I don't know if it'll work underneath Erik ten Hag, right? Because that system that he plays is terrible. And Olise is a guy similar to Sancho, similar to João Felix, and players of that ilk, is that they need to be in a side that are going to be controlling the ball and attacking. Not a team that's just going to be counter-attacking the entire match and then trying to just do long balls over the top to hit the teams if they make a mistake. No. Olise has to go into an attacking team. And I don't think Ten Hag will be United's manager next season regardless. But if they do somehow, some way decide to keep this guy, no way should Olise go to United. No. But I do think Ineos, they're going to want to make a big summer signing, and they're going to want to impress the fans. They're going to want to, make some noise because it is going to be their first official transfer window at the club. So I can see them going out there and putting a lot of money down for Olise because he is going to cost a lot, especially if you want to buy from a Premier League club. He's at Crystal Palace. Transfer market has him valued at 50 M's. And you guys already know there's a such thing as a United tax. Teams do tend to overcharge Manchester United because we know that you guys have the money. So I think they're probably going to have to spend $70 million to sign him. Now, whether you think he's worth that or not, you can debate it. But I think if they can get a good deal for him, yeah, you have to do it. And I would sack Ten Hag, and I would bring in a manager that's going to play possession-based football. And I think that's when you will see the best out of him. And I think you do go then bring back a Jadon Sancho. You bring back Mason Greenwood. And now I think your team is a lot better. But with the style of system that Ten Hag plays, he's already said it. He's not trying to play like what he did at Ajax. So what we saw at Ajax was him controlling the ball and attacking. He doesn't want to do that here. He wants to be a counter-attacking team. Then I don't think that you can go get players like Olise. You have to get players who are more so rely on pace, who are not going to mind not having the ball for most of the game because they're just looking for a through ball or a long ball over the top. But Olise would be a good signing for United this summer. I don't think he could be their marquee signing, right? I think they do need to go out there and sign a bigger name player, but he would be one that can go in and start for sure. He's good. Let's see. But this is saying Olise is injury prone. He is. But I think a lot of players are injury prone. Like, it's not just him. I think, maybe you could say, like, for example, look at Ousmane Dembele at Barcelona, was always injured. At PSG, he's not been injured one time this season. I think maybe you could blame Crystal Palace's medical staff. But I just think off talent alone, him at Man United, it makes sense. But it just does not make sense underneath Ten Hag. But if they sack him, which I believe they will, depending on the next manager, he would be a good signing. And I think Olise would want to move as well. I mean, the guy is 22 years old, and I think that he's outgrown Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are a mid-table club, bottom half club, right? He's done as much as he can for them. And they have some good players over there, though, by the way. I think Crystal Palace, they've signed really well, but they're a selling club. And I think a Big Six club will come in for Olise, whether that's United, Arsenal. I think somebody will be in for him this summer, and I think that he will leave Crystal Palace. I don't really see him being there next season.